Ever looked at your bank account at the end of the month and wondered where did all of it go? Not in a dramatic way. Nothing reckless, no big mistakes, just gone. Let's walk through a very normal situation. You're 27, you live in a mid-sized city in the US or somewhere in Western Europe. You have what most people would call a good job. Your annual salary is $60,000. After taxes, healthcare, and social contributions, you take home roughly $3,700 per month. Nothing unusual so far. Now let's look at where it goes. Rent, $1,400. Utilities and internet, $200. Car payment, $350. Insurance, $150. Groceries, $400. Student loan, $300. Subscriptions and a small recurring cost, $150. You haven't done anything irresponsible, but now you're left with about $750. And this is where things quietly begin to slip, because life doesn't stop at fixed expenses. You go out with friends, you order food when you're tired, you upgrade your phone, you book a short trip because you deserve it. Another $500 disappears. Now you're left with $250, which usually doesn't stay. So at the end of the month, you've saved almost nothing. Not because you're careless, but because this entire system is designed to feel manageable, comfortable even. Here's the quiet trap. It's not overspending. It's not lack of discipline. It's something much simpler. You've been taught to think in monthly terms, while your financial life operates on long-term consequences. Let's slow this down. That $350 car payment doesn't feel like much. But over 5 years, that's $21,000. And if you include interest, insurance differences, maintenance, you're closer to $28,000 for something that loses value every single month. The $150 in subscription, that's $1,800 per year. Over 10 years, $18,000. And you probably can't even name all of them right now. Even something as small as ordering food twice a week, $25 per order. That's $200 a month, $2,400 a year, $24,000 in a decade. Individually, none of these decisions feel serious. Together, they quietly consume your financial future. But here's where it gets more subtle. Why do intelligent, educated people fall into this pattern? It's not ignorance, it's psychology. Your brain is wired to prioritize immediate comfort over future stability. A $300 decision today feels real. A $30,000 consequence 10 years from now feels imaginary. So your mind discounts it, not because you're bad with money, because you're human. There's another layer, social normalization. Everyone around you is doing the same thing. Your coworkers have car payments. Your friends upgrade phones regularly. People your age travel, dine out, and post it online. So your lifestyle doesn't feel excessive. It feels average, but average has a hidden cost, because average earners with average habits tend to stay financially average indefinitely. Now let's extend this timeline. You continue this pattern for 10 years. Your salary increases slowly. Let's say you reach $80,000. Your lifestyle quietly expands with it. Better apartment, nicer car, more convenience spending. Your savings rate doesn't improve much. It just adjusts. At 37, you're earning more than ever, but your financial position hasn't fundamentally changed. You still depend on your monthly income. You still feel a subtle pressure every time expenses rise. You're stable, but not free. This is the quiet trap, not poverty, not failure, just stagnation. Now here's the part that rarely gets explained clearly. Financially aware people don't necessarily earn dramatically more. They just interpret money differently. When they see a $350 car payment, they don't think, can I afford this monthly? They think, what is the total cost of this decision over time? When they spend $200 on convenience, they don't feel guilty, but they recognize this is a trade-off, not a default. They don't eliminate the spending, they make it visible, and that changes everything. Because once you start seeing money in long-term terms, small decisions stop feeling small. A $200 monthly habit is no longer $200. It becomes $24,000 of future flexibility. And that shift is not about restriction. It's about awareness, because the real advantage isn't saving every dollar, it's understanding what each dollar quietly represents. When you don't see that, life feels affordable, but progress feels slow. When you do see it, nothing looks the same, not in a stressful way, in a clear way. And clarity is what most people are missing, not income, not opportunity, just clarity. So if you've ever felt like you're doing everything right, working hard, earning decently, avoiding obvious mistakes, but still not moving forward financially, it might not be your effort, it might just be the way the system has trained you to think, not in years, not in totals, just month to month. And that's a very quiet trap, because it doesn't feel like a problem until a decade passes. If this made you pause and think a little differently, you can subscribe for more calm, honest breakdowns like this. Nothing dramatic, just clearer ways to look at money.